Have you ever felt like your brain is a web browser with just way too many tabs open at once? Yeah, you're not alone. Modern life can feel like a masterclass in anxiety. But what if the solution wasn't some new app or productivity hack? What if it was an ancient operating system for the mind? Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework for tackling anxiety, and it comes straight from the ancient Stoic philosophers.
Oh man, does that sound familiar? You know that feeling, your mind just racing, playing out all the worst-case scenarios about stuff that hasn't even happened? That is the signature move of modern anxiety. It's that constant, low-level dread that just hijacks our peace. And it turns out we are feeding it big time with a huge chunk of our mental energy. 80%. Just think about that number for a second. We are wasting a staggering 80% of our mental and emotional energy on things that either don't matter or, more importantly, things we have absolutely zero power to change. I mean, can you imagine what you could do with all that energy if you could just get it back? So if we're burning through all this fuel, where is it all going? This question, it really gets to the very heart of the problem. Because it's not just random worry, it's a specific fundamental misunderstanding of how the world really works and where our true power is. So we blame our stress on our jobs, on our relationships, the news. But what if the real source is a simple, profound mistake? What if we just fundamentally misunderstand where our control truly begins and where it ends? Think about it this way. We spend our days frantically pulling on these levers, hoping we can change the weather or control a client's mood or just guarantee we get that promotion. We are trying so desperately to control outcomes that are totally external to us. But those levers, they aren't attached to anything. All we're doing is wearing ourselves out. Okay, so how do we find the levers that actually work? For that, we're going to turn to an ancient Stoic philosopher, a guy named Epictetus. He gave us this simple but totally revolutionary tool to sort this all out, and he called it the dichotomy of control. The concept itself is incredibly simple. Seriously, this isn't some dense philosophy. It's a practical sorting system for your life. The world is basically divided into two buckets, stuff you can influence and stuff you can't. And all of our anxiety, it's the direct result of us constantly trying to manage what's in the wrong bucket. All right, so let's get specific. What's in your power? Well, your judgments, your opinions, your effort, your attitude, your choices. And that's pretty much it. So what's not in your power? Basically everything else. The traffic, the weather, what other people think of you, the economy, the final outcome of your presentation. These things are completely indifferent to your desires. Worrying about them is literally like shouting at the rain, hoping it'll stop. Okay, this is where the theory becomes a powerful, real-world tool. You can apply this right now. I mean it. The very next time you feel that wave of anxiety creeping in, you can perform a simple control audit to completely dismantle it. It's just 3 steps. First, name the anxiety. Let's say I'm stressed about my big work presentation tomorrow. Okay. Second, list everything you can't control. The client's mood, whether the projector decides to work, what a competitor might do. Third, list what you can control. Your preparation, your attitude, the effort you put in, how you choose to react if something goes wrong. Do you see the shift? And that is the whole point. Once you've done that little audit, you get to redirect all of that wasted worry energy, all of it, away from the externals list, and you pour it directly into perfecting everything on your internals list. This isn't about apathy or not caring. It's about intelligent focus. This is where you find your freedom. Now, the Stoics took this idea even further. They pictured this internal space of control as a kind of fortress, what they called an inner citadel. This is the source of your strength, a place that no external event, no matter how chaotic it gets out there, can ever break into. So what are the bricks and mortar of this fortress? It's just these 3 things. The way you choose to interpret events, the purpose that drives your actions, and the choices you make in response. These are the only things you command completely. Everything else is just noise happening outside the walls. And the ultimate goal of building this citadel is to achieve what's called equanimity. Now, this isn't some emotionless, robotic state. No, it's more like being a skilled surfer. You can't control the waves, right? But you can control how you ride them. You give your absolute best effort, but you aren't completely destroyed if you wipe out. And here's the most powerful transformation of all. This mindset doesn't make you passive. It does the exact opposite. It turns that paralyzed negative energy of worry into the efficient, focused, positive energy of action. Just look at this comparison. Focusing on I must get this promotion, well, that's terrifying because the final outcome is external. And that creates pressure that often leads to procrastination. But when you shift your focus to my preparation will be excellent, something you fully control, all that pressure just melts away. It makes taking action clear and easy. You actually maximize your chances of success without tying your peace of mind to it. And that's really the promise of Stoicism in a nutshell. It's not about wanting less or doing less, not at all. It's about being able to chase your goals with total intensity and dedication while keeping your inner peace completely intact, no matter what happens. So the takeaway here is a choice. You can keep reaching for those levers of external control, the ones that aren't attached to anything, and just keep burning yourself out with worry. Or you can focus on the only levers that actually matter: your effort, your attitude, your choices, the ones that build that inner citadel and grant your peace. The choice is yours.